Rollie Ackerman. Rollie graduated Ackley Geneva High School in 1979. He then attended Northwestern College in Orange City, receiving his social science, education, and coaching endorsement in 1983, and his MA in Educational Administration from the University of Iowa in 2003.
Well, I guess it all started back when I was in high school. I enjoyed being involved in everything, from sports, of course, and athletics and getting into the fine arts. And then when I was in college, played just 1 year of baseball at Northwestern, but then also got involved in other activities, at Northwestern, from student government to what have you. And so I guess that interest in everything, when I got into education and started teaching and coaching basketball, and then when the opportunity came up to be an athletic director or an activities director, I said, that's really what I would like to do.
Rollie taught social sciences in 3 different schools: Baird, 1983-84, Dumont, 1985-95, where he received a Northwestern College Teacher Recognition Award in 1990, and on to Grundy Center from 1995 to 2016.
At Grundy Center, I was coaching, teaching, being an athletic director, a jack of all trades, so to speak. But when I got to Marshalltown, that was just athletic director. And I had a whole new set of activities to supervise, including like swimming. Didn't have that at Grundy Center, but we did at Marshalltown, and at that time, Marshalltown was hosting the state swim meets. So I had to learn swimming real quick.
Rollie spent time coaching basketball, first at Dumont from 1985 to 88, Wartburg College as an assistant from 1988 to 93, and 2 stints at Grundy Center, 1995 to 2010, and 2012 to 2016, with 2 state qualifying teams, and the 2003 Northeast Iowa Coach of the Year, and served as president of the Iowa Basketball Coaches Association from 2000 to 2001.
When I was at Wartburg, I was an assistant coach at Wartburg, and I think working with Buzz Levick for 5 years, really, he showed, all the aspects, not just the coaching, but getting along with people, the scheduling, dealing with transportation, dealing with budgets, because he did that for the men's basketball program there, and I got to see that firsthand. And, I learned from, one of the best right there. So it became almost second nature to me to want to do, the athletic director position.
Rollie was athletic director at Grundy Center from 2003 to 2016, where numerous state-level events were hosted in many sports.
At Grundy Center, our track was in disrepair for a long time. We couldn't even host a track meet. And we were able to gather up the funds and, again, working with the other administrators, our construction staff, or our custodial staff, and the coaches, to get that new track built. And the first year we had it built, the all-weather track, new bleachers, scoreboards, everything, automated timing. And I can remember working the backstretch, and the lights were on, and it was the sprint medley, I believe, and looking up, and that big crowd, and I'm sitting there going, this is why we built this.
Rollie co-chaired a community-based sports Hall of Fame established in 2004. Rollie served as the Northeast Iowa High School Athletic Director Association Senior Director from 2005 to 2007 and was selected as the Northeast Iowa District and State of Iowa Middle School Athletic Director of the Year by the IHSADA in 2013.
If a young person were to come up to me and say, what would you do as an athletic director or coach? I would say just get involved. I said, and I would say that being a part of the association, the Athletic Directors Association, is a great way to network, to meet people. Sure, you're going to meet people and get to know people in your conference or in your district, but when you want to get to know people across the state, there's no better avenue.
Rollie moved on to be athletic director at Marshalltown High School from 2016 to 2019 when he retired. While at Marshalltown, he updated the Hall of Fame and state championship team Wall of Honor in 2018 and served on the executive board of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Swim Advisory Board, and served as president of the Central Iowa Metro League Athletic Directors from 2017 to 2018.
One of my first years as an athletic director at Grundy Center, our girls were fortunate enough to win the state title. And my wife and I went up, watched the game. In fact, I think I even did radio that night, commentary. And we stayed in Des Moines, and then the next day we drove to Denison because that was where the state academic decathlon competition was going on. And by golly, Grundy Center won the state ACDEC title. So from Friday night to Saturday night, we had 2 state champions, which was amazing. And I'll never forget that.
In retirement, Rollie was part of guest services as an usher for the Minnesota Twins Baseball Club 2022 to 2024, and also enjoys golfing, history, reading, travel, and family vacations.
I'd be remiss not to include my family. My wife, Carol, she was the biggest pusher of me all those years. And when I'd get home late, I'd have to get up early for the meeting the next morning. She was, the one pushing me. Keep going. You can do this. You're doing a good job. And my kids, who've all grown up, and are extremely good at young adults, have their own families now. But I swear they were the ones that learned how to count because I would call them up and say, hey, I need help in the concession stand. And that's where they learned how to count. I'm very humbled. I'm flattered, to be honest with you. But like I said earlier, this recognition goes to all those people I've been able to work with through the years.
IHSADA Hall of Famer Rollie Ackerman.